Mercedes is a city that's growing with intention, and that growth is being felt across neighborhoods, businesses, and community spaces. According to Planning Department, Mercedes is experiencing one of the most active periods of residential development in its history. As more families choose to call Mercedes home, the city is working hard to meet housing demands while preparing for a strong, stable future.
Mercedes is a city on the move. Our planning department reports that Mercedes is experiencing a historic surge in residential activity. To meet the rising housing demand and the needs of our growing workforce, we have been busy. We successfully completed 4 voluntary annexations, adding 13 acres to our city limits. Last year, we welcomed 426 new rooftops. But the future is even brighter. We have 1,912 homes currently under development, and an additional 3,155 in the planning phases. Now, this isn't just for the sake of growth. It is infrastructure-ready development designed for long-term stability. This activity is a powerful economic engine. We estimate these developments will contribute between $1.8 million and $3 million in tax revenue. Furthermore, our local economy is thriving. We saw our business licenses jump from 187 to 263 this past year. That's a sign that entrepreneurs believe in the Mercedes vision. The growth we're experiencing is driving the need for services, and we are ensuring every dollar is invested back into the community. Through parkland and water rights fees, we're generating millions to fund the best quality of life for our residents. In just over a year, our new Parks Department has made incredible strides. We reached compliance on 7 playground structures and replaced unsafe equipment at the HEB Park with modern, safe surfacing. We completed the lighting project and resurfaced the basketball courts at the Mercedes Dome. We've also installed shade structures at Collier Park to keep our families cool during ball games. And we've secured over $1.2 million in grants, including a partnership with Texas A&M Forest Service that will bring roughly 600 trees to our city streets and parks. We have also fostered our sense of community through recreation, because a community is defined by how we play and grow together. Our recreation center has expanded its reach through the new Mid-Valley Leagues, partnering with Donna and La Feria. Now, the results, they speak for themselves. Youth soccer is up 31%. Youth flag football has exploded with a 52% increase. And our adult leagues are drawing participants from across the region, from Weslaco to Harlingen, promoting fitness and connection for all ages. And finally, we look at the heart of our community's life, the Dr. Hector P. Garcia Memorial Library. It is more than a building filled with books. It is a place of exploration. For the second year in a row, they received the Achievement of Excellence in Libraries Award, placing us in the top tier of all libraries in Texas. They are officially a family place library, having served our youngest learners in the early learning space over 1,150 times since October 2024. Now, beyond literacy, they're teaching life skills, thanks to a grant from the American Library Association. They introduced the Thinking Money program. Using Launchpad tablets, they taught over 100 children the fundamentals of saving and investing. With yet another grant from Methodist Healthcare Ministries, they added 10 additional Wi-Fi-enabled hotspots specifically aimed at bringing the digital divide for our residents. However, even more impressive, they've been able to add 3 digital navigators to their team, and they've provided digital assistance to over 3,400 residents in a 2-year time frame.
Our numbers tell a powerful story, but the true measure of success is found in our people. From the 660 books read by patrons this summer to the thousands of new homes taking shape across the city, Mercedes continues to evolve. As our skyline grows, we're making sure that the quality of life grows with it. We're building a city that is stable, welcoming, and full of opportunity. A city that is ready for the future while staying rooted in community.
Well done, Commissioner Martinez. So, none of that was by accident, and it all took time. Time, money, investment, and like I said, everything had to be deliberate. So anywhere from that, for instance, people will ask me when I go places, they'll say, well, what have you done different? And I said, well, I don't do anything different. I got out of the way and let the professionals do their job. And our commission has that personality of setting goals and high goals and making sure that our staff, especially our poor city commission, our city manager, that he's on task with what we're doing. Because anybody can have growth, but if that growth isn't controlled and you don't do it right, for instance, if we bring in a company that with a bunch of 18-wheelers and the roads can't handle it, all we're gonna do is create more problems for our city. So it has to be deliberate. So while it's taking a little bit longer, and I wish we could tell everybody we've just grown by leaps and bounds overnight and all that, it's not the way it works. And I want to also close on this portion by saying that the effort of our commission is one of teamwork. And when I say teamwork, I'm talking about the Rio Grande Valley. We're not just about Mercedes. Most of those houses we want to bring industry in Mercedes. We want to bring jobs into Mercedes. But we realize that Harlingen and Brownsville is growing. The Port of Brownsville is just exploding. We don't want to compete with Westlaco or Donna or McAllen. We want to be part of the team. We want to be in it, okay? So when people ask you what's happening in Mercedes and why is this happening, you tell them it's teamwork. It's teamwork for us, and it's teamwork working with all the other cities. And another thing that we want to change here in Mercedes, that's why we do so much with the youth, because we want to put stuff in their head is, and I'll be honest with you, I say this anywhere I can. I am sick and tired of people telling their kids that they got to leave the valley to do anything with their life. Sick and tired of it, because that's a bunch of baloney. Our valley is a great place to raise your children. It is a great place to get a job. It's got growth. It's got everything you need is here. My wife and I were eating day before yesterday. I don't remember when it was, babe. That lady that told us she loved Mercedes. It was a lady that was, yes, I got a pedicure yesterday. Against my will, but I did it. I recommend you all do it. But anyway, so while I'm getting it done, the lady is telling me how she absolutely loves the valley. She's Vietnamese, okay? That her uncle is telling her there's nothing here. And you should have heard her rambling off on everything there is in the Rio Grande Valley. I wish every adult would tell their children that. Tell their children that this is the place to be. Tell the children that this is a place to raise your children. And all that hogwash about how dangerous it is down here, you tell them it's one of the safest places in the nation to be right here in the Rio Grande Valley. That's the only way we're going to grow. But the entire, and I applaud the judge for all he's doing with all his programs that he's doing on promoting growth and wealth, because it's got to start with us. We can stick things in our kids' heads by saying one dumb thing, and then he's gone or she's gone, and then we wish they were here. So please help us help Mercedes grow. Help the Rio Grande Valley grow. So my next one is going to be our Mayor Pro Tem, Ruben Saldana.
A strong city is built on strong connections. Over the past year, Mercedes hasn't focused on quick fixes. We've been thoughtfully rebuilding the systems that help our community move, grow, and stay safe.
We made important improvements to key roadways across the city. Virginia Street was resurfaced from 8th to 10th Street. Missouri Street from 10th to 12th Street. One of our largest projects was the complete reconstruction of Dakota Avenue, where we replaced asphalt with concrete to better support heavy truck traffic, serving one of our industrial parks. This upgrade helps local businesses operate more efficiently while protecting the roadway for the long term. At the same time, we've been working toward a more walkable Mercedes. Nearly 500 linear feet of sidewalk reconstruction was completed along Hidalgo, Texas, Vermont, and Washington Avenue. On Florida Street, we installed 1,600 linear feet of brand new sidewalk, creating 6,600 square feet of safe, walkable space for children, families, and neighbors who rely on these routes every day. Protecting our resources and preparing for our future means being resilient. Resilient is our ability to recover, adapt, and keep moving forward, especially when it comes to water and sewer systems that serve every home and business in Mercedes. Now, to do that, we've been replacing aging materials with modern, durable infrastructure, built to last. On 5th Street, we replaced 1,700 linear feet of cast iron water line and 700 linear feet of collapsed clay sewer main with modern PVC. We also replaced 13 fire hydrants and repaired 219 manholes to maintain street integrity and ensure first responders have dependable access when they need it most. We've also made major progress at our water plants. In the past, the city spent about $1 million each year on sludge removal. By improving our removal process, we've already reduced that cost to $450,000. Now, this year, we're installing a new solution expected to bring the annual cost down even further to $280,000. Now, those savings allow us to reinvest in other critical infrastructure needs across the city. Another important step forward has been addressing our TCEQ violations. Mercedes is in the process of borrowing $23 million from the Texas Water Development Board to support long-term water improvements. Now, of that amount, $9 million will fund our Clean Water Initiative, replacing sewer collection infrastructure throughout the city. An additional $14 million will go toward improving water tanks, upgrading the water treatment plant, and potentially adding more water storage. Notably, $10 million of this funding is forgivable, reducing the financial burden on the city while still delivering essential improvements. To further strengthen our water supply, Mercedes received a $2 million EPA grant and is now developing a secondary water well. This new well will provide an additional water source during periods of drought, helping ensure reliability for residents and businesses alike. We've also made real progress in addressing flooding, an issue that has caused concern for many families over the years. Through a partnership with Hidalgo County Precinct 1, the city installed a 72-inch drainage pipe near Stable Estates and a 32-inch storm drain near Collier Park. At the same time, we invested in our own capabilities of purchasing a new backhoe and a skid steer equipped with specialized mulching attachments. These tools will allow city crews to clean and maintain ditches, such as the one along Orange Street, more efficiently and consistently. The results are clear. In 2018, 14 inches of rain took 3 weeks to drain. In 2025, after an even heavier rain of 23 inches, our improved systems cleared the city in just 2 days. That's progress residents can feel safe and see. Looking ahead, Mercedes is also investing in the future digitally. We launched a comprehensive GIS mapping project that gives us a detailed view of what lies beneath our streets, almost like having X-ray vision. In February, we completed Phase 1, mapping the exact location, depth, and materials of our water and sewer lines. This allowed us to identify aging asbestos and cast iron pipes for replacement. Next, we're mapping every manhole, hydrant, and valve throughout the city. Soon, residents will be able to report issues through an app, and businesses will have access to detailed digital maps to plan developments more accurately and efficiently.
Every sidewalk poured, every drainage pipe installed, and every data point added to our system is part of a larger purpose. We're not just maintaining infrastructure, we're building a strong foundation for future generations of Mercedes families and businesses. Because of this work, the state of our infrastructure is stronger than ever. And because of that, the state of our city is resilient, prepared, and moving forward with confidence.
Well done, Commissioner. Little story about Commissioner. Dahlia, you need to know this. I took him with me to go speak to some older ladies that were building quilts. They were in love with him, man. I said, I gave a whole speech. All he did was say, hey, how y'all doing? And it was over, man. So I don't know. Anyway, but you can see why, right? So the resilience, what we didn't talk about here was 8 inches of rain, and the commissioners could tell you, because let me tell you, our commission, when there's a storm or there's rain, they're out there. It's funny, but both times I've been out of town. But my commissioners were knee-deep in water with mud and sludge all over them, working along with our crews. So I'm very proud of them, and I'm very proud of our crews. But I got to tell you this, and Commissioner, and I'm sure the judge also had some to do with the votes on this, but Commissioner, what you've done to help us on our drainage. For y'all that don't know, 8 inches of rain would completely cause Mercedes to be impassable. We couldn't pass Business 83. We had to find ways around it. One time we had 10 inches of rain and it shut us down. We had to drive 2 miles just to get into town. One way, because we couldn't cross the town. We could only get into our houses from 2 different ways to come in. 8 or 9 inches of rain. The last time, man, I wish we had some rain now, but the last time we got 10 inches of rain, the water didn't even, it pooled, but it was running, and our city didn't shut down. So can I have a big round of applause for our city staff and all they've done, and Commissioner Fuentes and the judge, the Drainage District. Please tell Raul Sassin how much we appreciate him. We appreciate you, everything you do for us, Commissioner, on that. Next, so I think we're going to have Mayor Pro Tem again, right? Yep, Mayor Pro Tem again, and he's going to be talking about the culture of our city.
Mercedes officially became a city in 1909, but our story truly began a few years earlier in 1905 with the founding of the American Rio Grande Land and Irrigation Company. That moment sparked the growth, opportunity, and community spirit that shaped everything we see today.
Because we value where we come from, the city of Mercedes took the step to apply for a recorded Texas Historic Landmark designation for the Irrigation Company building. We are proud to share that the designation was approved. The recognition goes beyond a marker or a plaque. It is the state of Texas acknowledging that Mercedes history and architecture are meaningful, significant, and worthy of preservation. Preservation, however, means more than recognition. It means taking responsibility for the care of what we've inherited. Using hotel occupancy tax funds, the city carefully restored 10 original windows in the Irrigation Company building. Once purely decorative, these windows are now fully functional, bringing new life into a structure that dates back to 1919. Today, Mercedes is proud to have 2 recorded Texas historic landmarks: the Irrigation Company building and our original City Hall and fire station on Ohio Avenue. And we're not stopping there. The city is currently working to nominate both buildings to the National Register of Historic Places, ensuring that Mercedes' story is recognized not just statewide, but nationally. Preserving our city isn't just about the buildings everyone knows about. It's also about the hidden gems throughout our neighborhoods. For the first time in city history, Mercedes is conducting a comprehensive survey plan. In a partnership with Preservation Central, we are photographing and documenting important homes and businesses across the city. This work helps identify which properties may be eligible for future protections and creates a thoughtful roadmap for development, one that respects both our community and our heritage. We also understand that some of our most important history is not made of brick or mortar. It's made of people, courage, and ideas that help shape generations. With support from a grant from the Texas Historical Foundation, the city has installed a permanent exhibit at the public library honoring Colegio Jacinto Treviño. Founded in Mercedes in 1970, it was the first Chicano college in the United States. The Colegio became a powerful center of activism during the Civil Rights Movement and played a vital role in the growth of Mexican-American studies, honoring the resilience, determination, and voice of our community.
All of this work, the restorations, the designations, the surveys, and the exhibits, serves a greater purpose. It strengthens community pride, supports heritage tourism, and reinforces that culture is one of Mercedes' greatest assets. Mercedes is growing. We're building for the future. But just as importantly, we are remembering where we came from. Together, we are ensuring that the Mercedes of tomorrow is a city our ancestors from 1905 would recognize, respect, and be proud to call home.
We're very proud of our history here in Mercedes. By the way, so I don't want to miss out there. Susan, could you please stand up? One of our pioneer families, the Schwartz family. We have Susan Schwartz here. Please stand up. Round of applause for Susan Schwartz. Susan and I went to school together, and I helped pay for her husband's education. When I got my my teeth fixed in Harlingen back then. So I feel close to them. So from some of our famous singers, how many of y'all remember I'm Proud to Be a Chicano from Mercedes? I used to love that song, man. I still do. Every now and then I'm going to get fired up. I play it. Everybody else wanted to play AC/DC when we were in high school. I like Chicano from Mercedes, but what can I say? But we had some really good things going on in Mercedes for many, many years, and we're just trying to get back some of that history and fix it. And our librarian has done a fantastic job of moving and shaking. As a matter of fact, our staff as a whole, when it comes to grants, I don't have the exact number, but I know that it's well into the millions, the grants that we've been able to get. That's not even including what we got from the Water Board, the Water Commission Board, but when we needed it most, these people stepped up and did everything they could to get that money for us, and we're gonna keep on improving Mercedes. And when people see these old buildings and they tell us, you all need to do something about it, I get it all the time. It was all over Facebook yesterday. And it's like, we just designated it, man. It takes money, you know. I don't know if you all know it, but somebody came in and told us it was like $1 million just to bring the police, the old PD, just to make it look like, you know, safe. And another thing we did, we tore down a church that should have been historical, and we've been getting slammed for that too, but that thing was a disaster waiting to happen. It was falling apart. It was falling down. So we had to do it. So I'm telling you that your city commission and your city staff take some real tough steps, some stuff that we take a lot of hits for, but it's for the right reasons. So hopefully you guys keep, not for elections, even though I'm running again in May, but that's not why I'm telling you this, but I just hope we keep getting your support in our endeavors. Just continue to support what we're doing. See the goal with us. See our future with us and help us grow with it. But thank you, Ruben, for that information. And up next, I have, I believe it's Dr. Howell. Let me see. Oh, no, Commissioner Garcia. Let's see how well he does.
In Mercedes, safety begins with leadership, preparation, and trust. That commitment was recently recognized in a historic way. For the first time in our city's history, the Mercedes Police Department earned the FBI LEADA Agency Trilogy Award. This achievement means that our entire command staff, including Chief Sanchez and his lieutenants, have completed nationally recognized training focused on ethics, accountability, and sound decision-making. It reflects a department that leads with integrity and responsibility.
But strong leadership doesn't stop at the top. Mercedes is also focused on building the next generation of officers through partnerships with South Texas College and the Lower Rio Grande Valley Development Council Law Enforcement Academies. We are actively recruiting and training future officers. By personally swearing them in on their graduation day, we ensure that they are prepared, supported, and ready to serve our neighborhoods from day one. You see, training is only part of the picture. We are equally committed to making sure our first responders have the tools they need to do their job safely and effectively. Much of the investment has been made possible through aggressive grant writing, reducing the financial impact on local taxpayers. For our police officers, this includes deploying 19 new rifle-resistant shields to patrol units and school resource officers, ensuring 60 new rifle-resistant vests, and adding 10 FirstNet-ready body cameras to promote transparency and accountability in every interaction. In the air, our new drone program provides real-time awareness during emergencies, helping with missing person searches and supporting response efforts, most recently during flood events. The Mercedes Fire Department has also seen major upgrades. Secured in 2025, U.S. Fire Pump Tanker, one of the largest in Hidalgo County, along with a new high-terrain Ford F-550 brush truck. These vehicles allow crews to respond effectively in all environments, from residential neighborhoods to rugged wildland areas. Keeping Mercedes safe also means working beyond our city limits. Through Operation Stone Garden, the city has maintained a 22-year partnership with federal agencies to combat smuggling and human trafficking. This long-standing collaboration was recently recognized with a Certificate of Appreciation from the United States Border Patrol. Resiliency is strongest when communities work together. Mercedes secured a border zone fire grant totaling more than $220,000 to purchase specialized fire suppression equipment. This equipment enhances our ability to respond to wildfires, large-scale emergencies, and hard-to-reach terrain. It also strengthens our capacity to provide mutual aid and operational support to neighboring fire departments when they need it most. Our commitment to collaboration also extends across borders. Mercedes continues to build a strong relationship with our sister city, Ramos Arizpe. Recently, our fire department conducted joint fire operations training with firefighters from Ramos Arizpe. Thanks to an approved partnership with South Texas College, both departments were able to use specialized fire training equipment at no cost to the city of Mercedes.
This work is about more than responding to emergencies. It's about preparing for them. We are building a Mercedes that is not only safe today, but resilient, ready, and strong enough to face whatever tomorrow may bring.
Commissioner Garcia has that "let's go," right? He's got that going on, man. Good job, Commissioner. All of you guys, great job. All right, and then the RPD, for you all that don't know, our police chief and our fire chief are probably the youngest in the valley, and they've done. We joke around a lot with them, but they do a heck of a job for us. I know that every time something has happened, I keep getting the fire department. I keep getting told about our ambulance service and how great they are and what they do. Our PD is Johnny on the spot. I know. I can tell you on a personal note that one of my cars got burglarized. And within 14, I think it was 14 or 18 hours, we counted it back then, they already had the person in custody. I'm sorry, the backyard, my backyard got burglarized, and they had him in custody. They didn't get back my ribeyes. They stole out of my refrigerator outside, but they got back my Yeti. So we really appreciate that. But I can tell you that and it's unfortunate, not unfortunate, but it's something that we have to deal with, is we have an influx of 100,000 people a month with the mall. And even like that, they manage to keep crime down and do what they do. So we really appreciate our fire department and our police department. How about a big round of applause for them? And lastly, we have our own personal book writer and guest speaker and energizer, Mr. Dr. Jacob Howell, giving us a little bit about our technology and our civil trust.
Open communication starts with trust, and trust begins with keeping information safe. This is why the City of Mercedes has taken important steps to strengthen the security of our systems while making it easier than ever for residents to stay informed and be involved.
To protect city operations and sensitive data, we completed a full overhaul of our security infrastructure. We modernized our hardware by replacing 60 outdated computers and committing to a yearly refresh cycle, ensuring our systems meet current cybersecurity standards. At City Hall, we installed a new high-performance firewall with enhanced analytics, along with modern security cameras that offer advanced recognition features. This includes license plate readers that support ordinance compliance and a dedicated viewing system designed to help keep our community safe. Security is a shared responsibility, so we also focus on training. City staff now completes annual cybersecurity training and participates in periodic phishing tests through KnowBe4. These efforts ensure we remain fully compliant with the Texas Department of Information Resources and stay prepared to protect the systems residents rely on every day. At the same time, we know that security alone isn't enough. Accessibility and transparency are just as important. That's why we've taken several major steps to bring City Hall directly to you. Our updated city website is now fully ADA compliant, making information accessible to everyone. Staff members are empowered to share timely updates, and new online forms allow residents to connect with any department quickly and conveniently. We also implemented a new agendas and minute system called Civic Clerk. Through its public portal, residents can follow along in real time during City Commission meetings and see exactly what agenda item is being discussed. Behind the scenes, this system also helps streamline approvals so meeting minutes are posted faster than ever. And for those who cannot attend meetings in person, staying connected is still easy. With a new audio-visual rack and multi-angle camera system, all City Commission meetings are now live streamed on YouTube, giving residents a front row seat from wherever they are.
We encourage every resident to stay informed by using the websites and public portals, attend meetings in person or online. Get involved by applying to serve on boards and committees. These opportunities allow residents to play a direct role in shaping decisions that affect the city of Mercedes. By combining modern technology with active community participation, Mercedes is building a city that is more secure, more transparent, and more connected. One where residents are not just informed, but truly involved.
Good job, Doc. One of these days, I want to have one of them championship rings, man. One of these days. I don't know for what, but I'll have something. But anyway, so we're going to do the video next for our DCM, our EDC. And I think, well, it'll speak for itself. Go ahead.
One of the most transformational developments underway is the Shops at Mercedes. This $52+ million retail power center, developed by Merit Commercial Real Estate, is taking shape on approximately 28 acres along Expressway 83 and Mile 1.5 East. The project will bring nearly 250,000 square feet of new retail space. This will create jobs, expand shopping options, and generate long-term sales and property tax revenue for the city of Mercedes. Phase 1 is currently under development, with completion anticipated in late 2026. While new development is critical, investing in our existing corridors is just as important. The Development Corporation of Mercedes has made targeted investments along 3rd Street, including infrastructure enhancements, power improvements, and upgraded lighting. These improvements are designed to improve safety, increase visibility, and create a more welcoming environment for businesses, residents, and visitors. From the very beginning, the 3rd Street Revitalization Project was intentionally designed by the Development Corporation of Mercedes. It was to include public art as a core placemaking element. As part of that original vision, one mural has already been completed on 3rd Street, helping define the corridor's renewed identity and sense of place. 2 additional murals are planned and expected to be installed by the end of spring, fully bringing that initial revitalization concept to life and further strengthening downtown Mercedes as a destination. Supporting our local businesses remains a cornerstone of the Development Corporation of Mercedes mission. Through our Signage Improvement Grant Program, the EDC has invested $65,299.38 to assist 15 qualifying businesses. These investments help small businesses increase visibility, attract customers, and reinvest in their properties while strengthening the overall appearance of our commercial corridors. In addition, the Development Corporation of Mercedes has assisted local businesses through business loan programs designed to support long-term investment and growth. LaserLux has utilized this program to purchase real estate, allowing the business to establish permanent location, build equity, and reinvest locally. This financing tool helps entrepreneurs strengthen their operations, create stability, and ensure that small and medium-sized businesses remain a driving force in Mercedes' economy. Together, these efforts, from major retail development to corridor revitalization, grants, and business financing, reflect a focused and intentional approach to economic development led by the Development Corporation of Mercedes.
So if you're a member of the DCM or the chamber, please stand up. Thank you all very much for all you do. This doesn't happen by accident. It's meeting upon meeting and discussion upon discussion and back and forth. And it gets fun when they come ask us for money. It's interesting, trust me. But it's a process. Please still keep doing what you're doing. Thank you all very much for it. I know it takes a lot of effort, and we appreciate you guys very much. I still saw Rachel. Is there anybody else from the school district? Rick Hinojosa. Rachel, please stand up. Stand up. And of course, Marcos as well. So thank you guys for being here. Our relationship with the school is a must, and I talk about this all the time. If we don't, where the school goes, we go, and where we go, the school goes. So it's imperative that we work together as a team. And I've had multiple meetings, well, a couple of meetings, but a couple follow-up meetings with Dr. Noyola. I spoke somewhat to Marcos about it, but it's really been a flip, right, of where we're at today, the relationship that we have, and we really appreciate it. We know it's not by accident. We know it's not easy either. I know that I was voluntold by my wife to go be a part of, and by the way, her boss is here. So you stand up, please, ma'am. Thank you so much, Denise. As also one of our directors at the school district. And so anyway, I got voluntold by my wife to be a part of this, and I got to see the school district in action. And when you see that we're trying to put together a program for autism, for special needs, and when we have a meeting, there's 15 or 20 people in that meeting. And I'm talking about people with positions in the school district that should be doing or could be doing something else, but they're there for one function. That is commitment, and thank you so much to your school board for leading that way, and thank you, Dr. Noyola, for bringing the people and making sure that things like that. I can only imagine what you're doing with the other stuff. So thank you all again to the school district. Let's keep working together, please. So the other thing I want to say is we got another little dignitary here. We got Mr. Saldana, Louis Saldana, our big shot at the Rio Grande Valley Livestock Show. I know that, I don't know if, so nothing comes easy when you're big. And I know that Louis and Albert, our city manager, one minute they're getting along, another minute they're fighting. 1 minute, I don't have to worry about that's Ruben's problem, not mine. But it does get fun. And Louis, I want to thank you all too for all the support you guys give the city, what y'all are doing. Smoking on the Rio was a big success, and I know that the Rio Grande Valley Livestock Show will be a huge success as well. And I just continue to ask God's blessing over you guys that it continue doing well. So anyway, I just want to, who's closing here? Is there another video, or are we, that's it, right? All right. So where's our closing guy? Come on up here, partner. What was your name again, brother? I just met you. How about Jonathan? Round of applause for Jonathan here. So before I close, I want to thank my wife, my beautiful wife, for giving me support during these 6 years. And you just please stand up, babe. Just stand up real quick. She hates that stuff. And I want to thank my parents, too, for all that they've done in supporting me. Thank you, Marich. I got Pablo and Lidia Montoya. Both served on all kinds of stuff in the city back in the day. So I'm going to tell you why I said about thanking my wife for the support. And I'm going to go back to when all this started, when I ran the first time, and the situation we were in this city, and why I'm so proud of this commission. When we first started, it was one of the ugliest things I've ever been involved in my life. I'd never been accused of anything. Just to tell you something, my house was on fire. My parents were inside. My son was trying to get him out. My parents, one of them in the walker, the other one in a wheelchair. A little girl from across the alleyway, one of the Arial girls, jumped the fence to go help. And they were putting on Facebook that I was burning evidence of stuff I had stolen. I mean, it's just, what kind of sickness is that, right? But what I'm telling you is is what we had to live through. That's just my small part. Some of my fellow commissioners got hit really hard. They had pictures of us as clowns. It was bad. That stuff I could handle, but the personal stuff, that was tough. It was real tough. And our commissioners, well, one of them got bragged about. They said Commissioner Garcia had all the women in the world. I don't know why he wasn't offended like the rest of us, but and his mom was, "Ese es mi hijo." But seriously, we all took a lot. So what I want to do is I want to ask all the wives and parents of the commissioners, of this current commissioner, to please stand up. And the parents too. I want to thank each and every one of you for what you put up with, for we wouldn't be where we're at today if our commission couldn't get the job done. And let me tell you something, there was times where I never told my wife this, but there was times where I said, it's not worth it. And then she would pray for me, and then I would pray for her, and some of it was kind of funny, like she'd be like, babe, you gotta be a Christian, you gotta pray for them, you need to stop. And I'd be there at 2 a.m, texting away, fighting the good fight. I say, you're right, babe, you're right, pray for me. And she'd pray for me, and I'd go to sleep, and then the next day I'd be like, babe, what are you doing? Did you see what they put? And she, just pray for me, pray for me. Okay, I'll pray for you. It's funny today, but it was hard times during that time. And let me tell you, at that time, now Joe, myself, and Jacob, we took up that cross together at the beginning. So really didn't know what was going on, but then I begged Ruben and Mando to run, right? Because it was slim pickings, nobody wanted to run, man. It took, and go through what you're going through. I went from being a cop, a chief, where I can walk into any federal building and get called sir, and I'm a crook in my own hometown. That's tough. You ought to try and get somebody to run and tell them, no, don't worry, it's no big deal. It's good, it's all good, just blow it off, you know? Get my wife to pray for you. But they stepped up to the plate, and now, and Jacob, thank you for your service and your time. Jacob has decided not to run, but we appreciate everything that you did and what you went through with us. But I promise you this is not a political rally. I want to wholeheartedly thank the commissioners and their families and their children for putting up with everything that they went through for us. It was not easy. I'm sure it happens in other places, but I got to tell you, I don't know if it could get any worse than what we went through here. And now we went from, and I'm going to tell this last story. So the sheriff and I are at a conference, and I don't know if it was New Mexico, Sheriff, right? When the fight broke out over here in Mercedes? I think it was New Mexico. Arizona, New Mexico, anyway. And I'm talking to some sheriffs over here, and the sheriff's talking to some sheriffs over there. These are like major sheriffs from all over the nation, right? And the sheriff's talking to some people, and then all of a sudden I hear, well, he's running for mayor over there. What the hell? We're in another state. And so they were all watching a video of a melee inside our city during a meeting. I'm sure you all remember that. Anyway, we've gone from there. Let me tell you about your city real quick. Today, we're lucky if we get 1 or 2 people. The only time we get a crowd, thank God, is when we're honoring our children that work so hard, our people that go and do something good for themselves and come back. And I am proud, as my commission is proud, to thank them, be proud of them, and recognize them. But that's the most action that we get now. That's probably what I'm most proud of. So I want to thank each and every one of you for being a part of this journey. I hope that this impresses upon you, if you're from Mercedes, that we're in a good place and that we're going to get better and that we want you to be part of the team. If you're not from Mercedes, hurry up, buy a house over here. No, I'm just joking. If you're not from Mercedes, remember this, we're not in competition with you. We want to be a part of your team. We want to be one big team in the Rio Grande Valley. We want to see the entire Rio Grande Valley grow. Every single one. I don't care if you're from Roma all the way to Brownsville, We all need to grow because whoever else grows, we grow with them. They all got to shop somewhere. They all got to live somewhere. All right? So again, thank you all very much. God bless each and every one of you. Thank you for all that you do for our city.